with the fighters on the scale. We'll weigh in the fighters for Friday night's fights, and then tomorrow, right back here again, same time, we'll weigh in the fighters for Saturday night's event. Again, we welcome you to a doubleheader weekend. For those joining us for the live weigh-ins online, we welcome you as well to WinStar World Casino and Resort, one of our favorite venues for many, many, many reasons, not the least of which a great crowd always expected here at WinStar. Tomorrow night's action gets underway. Headlining the card, a rematch for the bantamweight strap. Former and two-division bantamweight champion Joe Warren, the baddest man on the planet, challenges once again to get the title back. The man that holds the title, also a two-time champion, Eduardo Dantas. 5-minute rounds of the bantamweight title, headlining tomorrow night's Friday night version as Miller Lite presents Bellator MMA. Sanctioned by the Chickasaw Nation Office of the Gaming Commissioner himself, Mr. Scott Colbert, officiating today's weigh-ins and tomorrow night's action. Fighters are standing by. Let's move quickly to get them on the scales. To do that, one half of the broadcast team for Bellator MMA on Spike. Would you please welcome Mr. Jimmy Smith?
Thanks so much. We start off with our preliminary fighters. A catchweight, 210 pounds. It's John King versus Kenny Spotwood. First to scale, fighting out of Guthrie, Oklahoma. Please welcome John King. Professional record of 4-3, one win by knockout. .207.7 for John King. And his opponent, fighting out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, please welcome Kenny Spotwood. Professional record of 2-2, one win by knockout. .208 for Kenny Spotwood. They'll be kicking it off for us. 210 pounds, John King versus Kenny Spotwood, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, a catchweight fight, 164 pounds. It's Derek Atkins versus Chris Jones. First to the scale, fighting out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Please welcome Derek Atkins. Pro record of 8-3, 4 wins by submission. 161.9 for Derek Atkins. And his opponent, fighting out of Dallas, Texas, please welcome Chris Jones. Record of 10-4, 4 wins by knockout, 2 by submission. .163.4 for Chris Jones. Derek Atkins versus Chris Jones, 164 pounds. Give him a hand. And our final preliminary fight in the middleweight division, it's Emiliano Sordi versus Gregory Babin. First to the scale, fighting out of Cordoba, Argentina. Please welcome Emiliano Sordi. Record of 14-5, 9 wins by knockout, 5 by submission. $185.5 for Emiliano Sordi. And his opponent, all the way from France, please welcome Gregory Babin. Record of 17-11 as a pro, 6 wins by knockout, 8 by submission. 185.7 for Gregory Babin. Let's give it up for two big middleweights, Emiliano Sordi versus Gregory Babin. Now on to the televised portion of our show. Of course, check us out on Spike TV. We start out with a catchweight, 195 pounds. It's Ben Ryder versus Chris Honeycutt. First to the scale all the way from Lima, Peru. Please welcome Ben Ryder. Excellent record, 17-1-1, 7 wins by knockout, 2 by submission. 194.1 for Ben Ryder. Ben, when we asked you about this fight against Chris Honeycutt, you said, I'm excited about a guy who's that tough. I'm excited about a guy with that name because it helps out my career. How do you have the performance you want against a guy like that?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great opportunity for me, test my skills against his. He's a great fighter. I know it's going to be a tough fight, but, I've just had such a great preparation. I got great guys on my team, great coaches. I'm more than ready to go out there, do what I do best, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun night.
And his opponent fighting out of Fresno, California. Please welcome Chris Honeycutt. Also an excellent record, 8-1, 4 wins by knockout, 1 by submission. 194 even for Chris Honeycutt. Chris, you told me, you said, everybody knows I'm a great wrestler, but I have other skills that I'm going to let shine tomorrow night. What does that mean for your opponent, Ben Ryder?
Ben's been around the block. He's got all the fights under his belt, but he hasn't been against a wrestler like me. And, I got the best guys in the gym for pushing me. And I got the best boxing coach that you can find, so I'm ready to go.
Do not tune in late. It's going to be a great fight at 195. Ben Ryder versus Chris Honeycutt, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, a bantamweight fight, 135 pounds. It's Elsie Davis versus Marcos Galvan. First to the scale, fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri. Please welcome Elsie Davis. Record of 23-7, 8 wins by knockout, 7 by submission. .136 on the dot for Elsie Davis. You told us that titles are great, money's great, having your hand raised at the end is great, but showing this guy that hard work plays off is most important to you. How do you show that tomorrow night?
I show that by getting my hand raised tomorrow, man. It's been a long journey, and tomorrow night I'm getting my hand raised without a doubt.
And his opponent fighting out of Queens, New York. Please welcome Marcos Loro Galvan. The former Bellator bantamweight champion with a record of 17-7-1, 4 wins by knockout, 1 by submission. 137.6 for Marcos Galvan. Elsie Davis, your opponent, has fought everybody in the game. But you said there are skills I have that nobody's seen yet. What are we going to see tomorrow night?
Seu oponente, o Elsie Davis, já lutou com todo mundo já dentro da categoria. Mas você falou que tem coisas que você ainda não mostrou. O que nós vamos ver amanhã de você?
Com certeza, o Elsie Davis é um oponente muito experiente, respeito ele. Mas chegar lá e fazer meu trabalho, que eu treinei, e só escutar meus cornes e fazer meu trabalho.
Elsie is a very experienced guy. I'm not, I give him a lot of credit, but tomorrow is my time. I'm going to show up and do my work.
A great fight in the bantamweight division. Elsie Davis versus Marcos Galvan. Don't miss it. Moving up the scale to the featherweight division, 145 pounds. It's Ray Wood versus Aj Mckee. First to scale, fighting out of Amarillo, Texas. Please welcome Ray Wood. Record of 7-2, 4 wins by knockout, 2 by submission. 145.8 for Ray Wood. Ray, since you learned you're moving up to the main card, since you learned you're taking on Aj Mckee, you've been all smiles. You've been nothing but happy. Tell the crowd why.
Man, it's a huge opportunity to derail this hype train. That's why.
And his opponent, fighting out of Long Beach, California, please welcome Aj Mckee. Undefeated at 5-0, all of them finishes, 3 knockouts, 2 submissions. $145.8 for Aj Mckee. You heard what he just had to say about derailing the hype train. What do you say to that, man?
I feel like Ray Wood signed a bad business deal on this deal, so we're going to see tomorrow night, baby.
2 young, hungry fighters, 2 great finishers, Ray Wood versus Aj Mckee. And our main event for the Bellator Bantamweight World Title, 135 pounds, Joe Warren versus Eduardo Dantas. $133.7 for the baddest man on the planet, Joe Warren. Doesn't matter. Joe, this is exactly why you got into this sport. Belts, spotlights, main events, the chance to win a title for the 3rd time. What does that mean to you, man?
For the 4th time. But the bottom line, I'm just happy to be back here at the WinStar World Casino. I'm excited to get an opportunity to rip that belt off Dantas again in that same arena. Tune in. It's going to be fireworks.
I'll take his word for it. And his opponent, the Bantamweight World Champion, Eduardo Dudu Dantas. A record of 18-4, 4 wins by knockout, 6 by submission. Oh, Greco-Roman world title, that's right, my fault. 134.6 for Eduardo Dantas. Eduardo, you said I'm a different fighter, I'm a different man than I was the first time I faced Joe Warren. How's he going to show that tomorrow night?
Você disse que é lutador diferente da última vez que tu lutou com o Joe Warren. Como tu vai mostrar isso amanhã?
Hey guys, the truest champion, it's here again. The same place, but not the same results. And the here know this.
For the Bantamweight World Title, 135 pounds, Joe Warren versus Eduardo Dantas. Give it up for him. You are always a great crowd. We'll see you at the fights tomorrow night. Thank you so much.
Jimmy Smith, thank you very much. Hey, for those that joined us here live, we thank you. We'll see you tomorrow night, Global Event Center right across the casino floor. For those that joined us on the live stream, thank you for joining us here at WinStar World Casino and Resort for the first of 2 weigh-ins, a doubleheader weekend, as Bellator MMA returns to WinStar World Casino and Resort, presented by Miller Lite. We'll see you for the first of 2 events tomorrow night live on Spike.